Detangling natural hair sucks at times. It can definitely be challenging if you have not mastered the right technique combined with the right products. I've made a few videos on this topic. For the majority of my natural hair journey, my detangling sessions have been 20 to 25 minutes. So what I have decided to do today is to go back to the basics, okay? Review some of my old videos and pull my top tips out so that I can apply them to my next wash day routine. Not only will this be super informative for me, it will also help you cut down on your detangling time so we can get you to 20-25 minutes as well. Tip number 1, hair length and products could make a huge difference in how and when and where you detangle your hair. So when my hair was much shorter after my big chop, I was able to detangle my hair out of the shower. I used leave-in conditioner, I used coconut oil. Let's take a look. Leave-in conditioner, an oil, a hair tie, and some straight pins. First things first, dampen your hair with that water. No need to add anything extra, but if you'd like to add something extra to your water, go right ahead. Then you're gonna put your leave-in conditioner on top. This is the way that I like to help lock in some of that moisture from the water. My hair loves water. It keeps it nice, soft, and supple. And when you're applying it, make sure you pull your hair out as to not get it more tangled and matted up. And now it's time for the coconut oil. Mine is melted, but what I like to do with my coconut oil is put it on top of my leave-in conditioner. What this does is it really softens the hair, coats it, and then I'm just using my fingers, just raking it through as if it were a comb. It's very simple and causes a lot less breakage than a comb would. So this is so cool to see. This was almost immediately after my big chop. In fact, I had some texturized hair on my ends. I want to say it was almost a year, like 9 months of transitioning before I cut all my hair off again. I mean, you guys see, I used my fingers. I didn't use any tools during this particular process. My detangling, my major detangling happened inside the shower. I got out with loose hair. I'm using leave-in conditioner. I'm using coconut oil. Really any oil will do. And the oil part is the part that I've cut out of my routine. However, I will say, as an avid user of coconut oil, that was my favorite oil. It really helps to soften the hair, lubricate the strands, and makes detangling such a breeze. So you just have to find the right oil for you if you're into using oils. And you know, if your hair is on the shorter side, this might be an option. Tip number 2, pay attention to the recommended usage for each product. For example, if you're gonna be using like a medicated shampoo, that is a very different purpose than an all-purpose shampoo. A medicated shampoo I'm gonna put only on my scalp. All-purpose you can put all over the strands. Let's take a look at an example. I have scalp issues, so I have to really make sure that I can get this shampoo to the scalp. And I'm gonna scrub with the pads of my fingers because I don't wanna cause any bald spots or irritation to my scalp. Rinse well. In this particular case, I have a scalp condition. I use this medicated shampoo pretty frequently, and you know, you may not have to use that. You know, you really want to pay attention to the products that you're using and what makes sense for you. But also, medicated shampoos like this one can be very, very drying to the hair. So there's really no need to put it on the strands of the hair because it's only meant for scalp care. And that's what I mean about like following the instructions. Just use everything as it is intended, and that will set you up for a much better detangling session. Tip number 3, intentionally remove the shed hair from your strands. This could make a world of a difference in how long it's gonna take you to detangle, mainly because if you take those shed hairs out, you don't have to worry about those loose hairs tangling around and creating knots in other areas of the head. You know, just take them out. Let's see an example. Now, my favorite part, the conditioner. This is the most effective part of the whole wash routine. This is where you're gonna pull out your shed hair and start the detangling process using your fingers.
Just pull downward, let gravity take over, and use your hands to rake and separate your hair until you can feel the tangles loosening.
So as you can see, application of the products really does matter. Smoothing, pulling downward, that's gonna be the best course of action when you are applying your products, because if you're bunching the hair on top of your head or you're doing like something else, it can just create additional tangles. You guys are gonna see me do it a little bit later on, but you know, it's all trial and error. As long as you catch it, you can correct it. Tip number 5, look, hair length and the style you had before you started washing your hair definitely makes a difference. I could get away with a lot of things, a lot of other things when my hair was much shorter. And now that it's longer, I have to be very intentional about how my hair is stretched, especially how I apply my products. I also have to be very mindful of the previous hairstyle. So 3.5 years later, my hair is a lot longer. I have introduced wash and goes into my wash regimen, which is a completely different styling option, which for me, it meant a different process in detangling because my hair is in its natural state. It is more compact. It is probably a lot more tangled than it would be in a stretched state. So I had to readjust and figure out a way to detangle my hair effectively without causing a bunch of breakage and whatnot. And so instead of doing the normal dry detangle process that I do, I actually start very different. Let's take a look.
First things first. Saturate your hair with water. I mean, really get it wet. I have low porosity hair, so it takes a while, but it's worth it because dry hair breaks. So then you just want to separate your hair in 4 sections. Be gentle. If you reach an area that's snagging, stop and pull the strands apart.
So as you can see, my wash routine starts very differently when I do a wash and go. My hair is already matted, and so I don't want to try to do a dry detangle when it's in that state because it could break, obviously. So as a alternative, I immediately wet the hair and then I go in pulling the hair down, pulling the hair apart, putting it into 4 sections, which is something that I had never really done before. And it's very effective in this way because when I'm dealing with sort of a mass of hair that is all tangled together, breaking it down into those 4 sections is very, very helpful. So depending on how much detangling I have to do, I may use different techniques.
Make sure that you're taking your time. Start from the ends and work your way up to the root, but use that other hand to anchor the hair. And as you work up and you release the shed hair, it should become a lot easier.
So I want to show you all that clip in order to say, hey, like there's always room for improvement. Like instead of going up and doing all this stuff, I can smooth the hair down just because you can still get the same results smoothing down as you would up. The only thing is that underside right here, I'm gonna have to fight the temptation of doing that and just do this instead. So we will see if I can apply this knowledge to myself next time I wash my hair. Tip number 6, as my light is leaving me, it's leaving me. Listen, finger detangling is worth giving a try. It really is worth it. I remember a long time ago, I used to think that my type of hair couldn't finger detangle. I would always see people with looser patterns, you know, finger detangling, and I'd be like, I don't think my hair can do that. Yes, it can. I actually had the fastest detangling sessions using my fingers. So, I mean, and that's years of practice, so maybe that's why, I don't know, but I think it's definitely worth giving a try.
Deep conditioner, I've noticed it's bae, y'all. This is the step in which I really can start to detangle my hair. Now, for deep conditioners, you do want to leave it on for a while before you start pulling out shed hair and detangling. And this deep conditioner was really thick, so I ran my head under the water just a little bit so that I could really pull out any shed hair and get these tangles out. This is the stage.
Tip number 7, I know everyone's gonna say, technique is the only thing that matters. Listen, products matter too. It's a combination of the technique and the products. It's gonna take you a while maybe to find those right products. I have like lists upon lists inside my description box. All of my videos, I always am listing all the products that I use, but something with slip is going to be best for type 4 hair. Slip meaning like a slippery product, a product that when you apply it to your hair, you can easily detangle it, and like the product itself is allowing for you to kind of more easily run your fingers through your hair. It's slippery, essentially. So that is actually going to make a lot of difference. And of course the technique. So you really can't have one without the other. Tip number 8, cut down on some time by doing some steps in the shower.
Again, that deep conditioner is still on my strands, helping me to detangle, and always pull down. Don't pile your hair on top of your head. We don't do that.
So yeah, 3 years later, I started twisting my hair in the shower, and I found that with my current length of hair, it's just the most effective. I'm already in the shower. I can use the water to sort of let Mother Nature help me. You know what I mean? With that shower water. And it just helps further elongate and stretch my hair. It's just really efficient. The longer my hair has gotten, the more I've had to adjust. And you can even see in this series of videos of me talking about the same process, how that has changed for me. So it's really important to find people who have like a similar length and density and curl pattern, because it can vary even with the same person. My tips and tricks and things that worked, for me 3 years ago may not work for me today. So, as you're going throughout your journey, just make sure you adjust accordingly. Tip number 9 is use tools only if they're actually helpful.
Then I'll run more water on my hair and begin detangling with the brush. I switch back and forth with my fingers and the brush as needed.
So as you guys can see, your girl be struggling with the brush. It's a love-hate relationship, because I know that I'm getting a more thorough detangling. However, I'm definitely struggling. And, if my routine went from 20-25 minutes to now an hour just on the detangling, then I think that tells me that I may have to go back to finger detangling. So I think for me, it's gonna be about picking and choosing when I need to use that tool, and not just using it because someone told me I should be using it. You know what I mean? So for example, if I'm gonna be flat ironing my hair and I know that my hair needs to be like extra detangled, I'll go ahead and use the brush. As of right now, I think I wanna go back to finger detangling, you guys. Y'all have seen the sunset on me. Your girl's gonna go back to fingers and then just see what happens. I'm all about experimenting, as I've said plenty of times. Nothing is static for me. Like, I'm always going to be trying a little bit of this and that. It's fun, and who doesn't want to go to or try the best things for their hair to try to get the best results? Like me, pick me, I'm the one, you know what I mean? So anyway, I do want to give an honorable mention to aloe vera gel. I was using aloe vera gel as a pre-poo. I never really pre-pooed that much before, and aloe vera gel is dope. I will say it's pretty darn dope. It's very slippery, and there are a bunch of store-bought products that you can use to give you the same slippery feeling that have aloe vera and other types of gels infused into them, natural gels. You could even use natural gels to detangle your hair as well. Aloe vera gel is really, really great, or something like that is really, really great. If you've tried all of this stuff before and nothing's working for you, you might be a pre-poo person. I'm just saying. So, and I've never pre-pooed with oil or anything like that. You could try conditioner as well, but I feel like aloe vera gel, nothing is slipperier than that. At least that I've tried. So y'all can comment down below and let me know, what's up, what's the tea. Shout out to the Coily crew for supporting this channel. We have a lot of fun, actually. We have lives every month. I love this group of people. If you want to join the Coily crew, leave a link down below so we can live stream together and I can talk to you. If you're interested, go ahead and subscribe. Hit me up on Instagram. The fashion content has been popping and y'all have been loving it. And if you're interested in my gift guide, I just did a gift guide for guys, It's actually really good. I'm not even just tooting my own horn. My husband's in it. He's amazing. I'll put that down there. And if you're interested in how I got curls using like regular tube stocks, I'll put that video up there, all right? I will see you either on a Monday or a Thursday. I think today is I don't know what day y'all gonna see this on. But the next day, if it's a Monday or a Thursday, I'm gonna have a video, okay? So come back, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a few days. Mwah.